Listening. B. You will hear 5 people expressing their opinion on what life will be like in 20 years' time. Match the speakers with the statements A to F. There is one extra statement which you do not need to use. Speaker 1.
Estimates show that the human population will rise to over 9 billion by the year 2040. So the demand for food, water and energy is going to increase. We currently use about 40% of the planet's energy sources, and this consumption rate, too, will dramatically increase, with terrible consequences. We will have used up almost all the Earth's oil, and there will be a global war for remaining energy resources. Heavy food shortages will lead to an undernourished population. Many plant and animal species will become endangered or extinct. Clean water will become extremely scarce, and most food will be from genetically modified plants and animals, so diseases and other health issues are going to be big problems.
Speaker 2.
20 years from now, the Internet as we know it will be different. Instead of there just being one Internet for everybody, there will be many different Internets. Some will be very expensive and only accessed by a small number of people, and others will be just for business or just for people in one country. This means many people won't have as much access to all the most recent and most interesting things as they do now. More of the objects we use in everyday life will be connected to these Internets, so privacy and data protection will be even bigger issues than they are today. For security reasons, we may even have to identify ourselves by our DNA to get access to our online data, because identity theft by other means will be easy to carry out.
Speaker 3.
I think people will travel a lot more, but without polluting the atmosphere with toxic gases. We'll be cycling and walking a lot more, and in cities we'll see moving walkways like the ones already in airports. But I think personal jetpacks will be the preferred means of transport. Also, thousands, even millions of people will travel to space, but space travel won't be limited to space tourists. Spaceflight technology will allow people to fly to faraway places on Earth in record time. By travelling outside the Earth's atmosphere for a small amount of time, a trip from New York to Sydney will take about 3 hours instead of the 20-hour trip required today. As for airlines ferrying passengers on regional routes, they will run small conventional planes on battery cells.
Speaker 4.
Most people I talk to have a really negative outlook. Me? Well, I think that in 20 years the world is going to be a much better place for everyone. There will be no more life-threatening diseases, as stem cell research and other advances in the medical field will have greatly improved. New technologies will make medical procedures that used to be unaffordable to the average person less expensive. Vaccines that prevent serious diseases, currently available in wealthier countries, will also become affordable and readily available in developing countries. Therefore, people will live longer and healthier lives.
Speaker 5.
In 20 years, almost everyone will have access to the best educational materials, as most subjects will be available for free online. Therefore, I think people will be more educated overall, and through the Internet, people will be constantly connected to both work and home life using devices that are wearable, such as web-integrated eyeglasses and wristwatches. Communicating and working with others around the world will be as natural as speaking, and offices will be optional. I also believe that technological devices will be directly implanted into our bodies. I mean, we already see this today with bionic ears and pacemakers, and our smartphones are practically glued to our hands. In our future society, it will become impossible for humans to imagine their lives without technology.